Some people call the last decade of American inbound tourism the lost decade. Numbers of international travellers, America's share of it, have come from 17% to 12%. Helan Marano has been looking at those numbers. You see a little bit of a turnaround in the last few years, Helan.
Yes, we've been gaining some ground since 2009, really. In 2008, we had a very strong year, and 2009 we all incurred decreases, including the world. But in 2010, we finally gained a double-digit growth, and we've reached 60 million travelers hosted by the United States, including our Irish.
And where are those travellers going? Is the trend of the places they land changing?
Well, we still have our top markets of New York City and New York State, California, Nevada, and the traditional markets, but we're seeing more growth out into the middle of our country and seeing a lot more of the South and not just the gateways.
A lot of concentration in India, China, places like that. Are you seeing the yields come up from those places?
We're definitely seeing the yields, but the growth rates are strong because they're coming from a smaller base. So when you have your traditional markets from the European front, for instance, that you need to continue to garner, as well as Canada and Mexico, are outpacing in the volume of travelers, not just in the growth rates.
You're fascinated with figures, but the story behind those figures, would you care to speculate? What has happened? Is America more attractive? Is it the dollar? Or is it the changing habits of people?
Well, I think that as people have gotten a little more secure in their own economy, as the footing has regained in some of the job markets, as well as they're feeling that things are never going to come right back to where it was, but maybe they still need to travel, they're going back to looking at the release of adventure, and now I think that's what the United States has to offer.
Ireland down substantially, but it's still off a very, very high base. We've got a very, very high input per level of population. Would you like to see that change in the coming years?
Yes, and we've recognized the downturn from Ireland, and it saddens us because we love to play with our Irish folk. So at this point, we do see a forecast forward of meager growth, but we're hoping and anticipating that some of the new efforts of the Corporation for Travel Promotion will give the opportunity for this market to kind of see we're interested in you as well. Please come back as you gain your footing.
Thank you very much, Helan Marano.